Well, we could follow up with Titanic. This is actually the first Titanic-themed JonTron episode of the two.
Okay. Okay.
I see what you're talking about. She's right there on the water. I don't know, man. I don't think we can make a game out of this. Nah, man. Plenty of games that boats ain't sank yet. I mean, look at Call of Duty boats. Mediocre sales. A sunk boats DLC. Oh, okay. So I suppose what you're telling me is that we should not make a game about the Titanic sinking. Yeah, believe it or not, someone out there actually decided it would be a good idea to make a game based off of the Titanic. You know, the great Titanic disaster of 1912 where 1,500 people met their fate with Davy Jones in one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. That's like making a game about the Pompeii volcano incident. Tap A quickly to not die as fast. Games like this one, Titanic, Adventure Out of Time, I could kind of see where they were coming from at least. The Titanic was sort of a mysterious event, so they tapped into that and created a point-and-click adventure mystery game about it. It's pretty atmospheric, but it has that old quirky 90s PC game vibe. You know the one. This one.
You came after all this time.
Come on, baby, give me some space.
Right?
I'm trying. I'm gonna get there. Oh, there he is.
Max Seidelman, Philadelphia, PA.
Jim Belushi, is that you? Did you travel back in time to hide from the fact that you were in hoodwinked?
It is good to see you up and about. You've been in your cabin the whole voyage.
I bought the ticket. I'll do what I want. But that's not what we're here today. Now that game may be silly, but what I have to show you right now defies explanation. An NES game based on Titanic, the movie. The movie. The movie! With any major commercial success, there's an inevitable influx of off-brand or unlicensed merchandise.
Turkish Star Wars.
James Cameron's 1997 film Titanic was no exception. The movie grossed over $2 billion worldwide, and the only movie to pass it up since is James Cameron's very own Avatar.
This was before
$6.7
Endgame.
billion. I get it was popular, but a video game about Titanic, the movie, and an NES game. We have a Chinese company to thank for blessing us with this game, specifically Shenzhen Nanjing, true prophets of
Gesundheit.
Titanic came out in 1997, and the N64 and the PS1 were already out. Who's expecting marketing? No, really, but moms? Kids? Anyone? The Iceberg fans?
Iceberg fans.
You buy that? No, you don't want to buy that? You're fucking stupid. Oh, would you just listen to that? Majesty. Celine Dion would be so proud if she was still with us. You can pick from Rose or Jack. But with my thorough understanding of the film, I'm going to say that Rose is probably the better option. I've always been a fan of certain dude. Let's go with Jack.
Yeah.
For some reason, Jack's name has like a blood splatter on it.
No idea why.
God, China, all about symbols. Couldn't even make the alphabet. Do not give up. Do not be discouraged. You will be able to get out of here. It's not even poetic. It's just like they're on opposite balconies yelling practical advice to each other. I gotta say, they knew what they were doing with this one. Starting us off right in everyone's favorite scene, next to the sex car. Yeah, so far, so good. I haven't even touched the controller yet. This is just what he does when he's
Jack freaking out.
He sweats very profusely.
This is fantastic. Oh, wow, okay. This game barely has any controls, apparently. I don't even understand. But move it, I think. Robot on Mars right now would be easier than this. And to do that, you have to send a goddamn signal off the sun in a robot back to I tried to be less input led. More than I expect. You're just trying to get from one end of the map to the other while dodging rats and ghost barrels.
Ghost
They are
barrels.
the Titanic, folks. I can't quite get on the crate here. Died to a rat. Probably should have just waited to die the cool way, Jack, alright? It's coming in like 20 minutes.
Cool way.
You blew it on a fucking rat. You can't even attack, or if you can, I don't know how.
Well, they had to say through the film, didn't they? I can't blame them. This is a story about love, not violence.
I better pick one up so the rat doesn't get me again. Oh, so
Gigantic,
hearts equals
Why?
Lightsabers.
then what equals heart? I can't even begin to wrap my head around that. I have no idea how to replenish health, and I don't even think you can. The next level is the hull of the boat or something. Wow, I can't get past this part. Where do you go? Seriously. There's spikes on the floor, and there's no way around that I can see. This sucks. God, there she goes.
I've never experienced a continue screen that made me feel that guilty. I mean, it's my fault that happened. I did the Titanic.
Also, I just want to point out that the two choices we're given here are continue and start.
Guys, stop. You're giving me too many options. I'm only one man here.
Playing with Rose is hilarious, though. She actually picks up her dress to jump. Hey, game journalists, look at that. They're not sexualizing your women for once. Isn't it all you hoped for?
So thank God that's over. I mean, it's over, right? There's not more, right? I mean, surely there weren't two companies crazy enough to do something like this,
Couldn't be.
right? Everyone at home? Are you sitting?
Yes?
Probably weird if you're standing watching this movie. I think that's what a stand thing does. Think about it, don't you? Now, there was one more company that made a game based off this Titanic movie craze, and it's not really possible to find it as a whole game, or at least I couldn't. It comes on this cartridge called the Super New Year 15-in-1 cartridge.
What?
Accurate name!
Well, let me tell you, this game is when you boot this game up, you're presented with a random selection screen that's sometimes in Chinese, sometimes in English, and sometimes without the full game list. If you're lucky and you get the right screen with all the games on it, you won't even know where to find the game because for some reason it's been split up into two pieces. If you want to play as Jack, it's called Hacker, and if you want to play as Rose, it's called Heroin. But why? Titanic.
I bet you thought that was a typo, huh? The name of the episode? Hey guys, look! John made a mistake on the internet! I bet there's a bunch of comments down there already about it, but I'll tell you what. I wish that was a typo. Because no one wants something like this for mankind. The fact that this exists means we already lost.
Why bother changing the name if you're just going to steal the likenesses of the two main characters anyway? Oh, let me tell you, it's a good thing they didn't misspell Leonardo DiCaprio's face. We would have really had a problem. All right, let's begin.
Gotcha.
In 1912, there was a noble American girl, Rose. She tried to get away from her arranged married, which is forced by her mother. At the same time, she met Jack, who was a young man on Titanic. Since Rose made a friend with Jack, he lighted on her life.
Yeah, based on that car scene from the movie, I think you might have lighted on a couple of her other things too.
They were also fall in love with each other. It made up a very touching and tragic love story.
Aww.
This is mostly just tragic. Hey, Jack, I know the ship's sinking, but we gotta keep our cool here. You wanna
He
hear
punched the rat.
I don't think it was the iceberg that killed all those people. I think it was Jack.
The first thing when I saw the movie, the first thing I said after Peter, I interrupted the whole group. I said, "Where's the fighting?"
But to my surprise, this game actually controls well. The fighting is
The
quite
fighting?
responsive. It's pretty satisfying to punch dudes. You can finally punch the rats this time around. That's good. Is he reading a newspaper? Oh,
You know, he's drawing her like
Oh,
them French girls.
Remember? This is definitely accurate to the movie. Remember? Excuse me, Titanic management. I think you may have a well-endowed man standing in one of your grandfather clocks.
Oh my.
Sure.
I'll tell you what, that's bad. Chefs are bad for pacifists. You piss a chef off, you've done something wrong.
It's not too long.
Sorry about that. I didn't see you standing there.
What can I say? Tensions were high.
In most games that involve burly men destroying everything, a health power-up would consist of something like a turkey leg or a roast chicken. But in this game, you pick up the monster and wine.
The booziest of beat 'em up.
Eventually, you get to fight a boss that's essentially Mr. T was infused with Donatello from the Ninja Turtles. Now that's a pretty dangerous
Oh,
combo.
Mr. T, I know what we're watching next.
Alright, we're on the next level.
Oh, chandelier.
No, alright, okay.
Crowbar.
Rats? Understandable. Bats? A bit weird, but I guess I can see. But Cobra?
Jafar?
This ship was headed to a snake charming convention. This
They
is
took it
absolutely
to Jafar.
unreasonable. And it's no wonder the ship broke down between Jack beating up every capable person running and goddamn cobras everywhere.
Echo the dolphin
I can hear
flying
it. Yes, I'm looking out for icebergs, but currently I'm fending off a nest of cobras and a very aggressive man from Wisconsin. Also, I love the
Wisconsin.
They act like they didn't even see it coming. They're just like, whoa, wow, now, that was a bad one.
Mike.
Okay, the lifesaver's trying to kill you.
Scans.
I'm pretty sure this is the literal opposite of the lifesaver.
Remember when you were a kid down at the pool? Or when your mom would take you down to the creek and you were assaulted by a lifeguard?
If you're asking me, that is
Life preserver.
Life preserver, thank you, Dan.
Oh my God.
But it's your own risk.
I don't care.
Why are you wearing a snorkel?
No reason. It really puts a damper on the phrase, come on in, the water's fine.
He attacks you by firing a gun angrily and thrusting his dick at you. I guess anything goes. But once you beat this guy, he's like, you have bested me. Here is the deed proving so.
Like, come on, man.
This time around, we're playing as Rose, who's a geisha ninja. Oh, yeah. Come on. Get him, Rose. You're an independent woman.
Iceberg jutsu?
Forget the flying eggplants. Man, 1910 times were scary. All right, finally, beat him. See you later, Herman Munster, again for some reason.
For some reason.
Done.
Every night in my dreams, I see her. I feel it. It's beautiful. It was the most beautiful love story I've ever seen. When we have kids, we're sitting out on a beautiful summer's night. I'm gonna look you in the eyes, Rose. I'm gonna be like, remember when you beat up that bad guy who was trying to kill you with a shotgun and knocked her and Munster off the Titanic a couple times? I'm glad we made it through that. I love you.
You know what? I think you're right. On second thought, I don't think it's gonna work. But I got one for you better. Schindler's List HD remix.
JonTron is made possible in
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Remember when you were a young lad down at the creek? I mean,
Crick. Always down at the crick.
you ever seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
Are you staring longingly out the window trying to send a message to the fine Daniel out there? It's like, send help, he's not letting us leave. Blink. It's like, if I tie enough of Brad's shirts together while he's taking a whiz and swinging, I can...
Zip line into the PT Cruiser.
We're out! He has to break into your PT Cruiser, but you can leisurely walk around and back to his car.
Anyways.
In the arcade,
Yes.
as soon as you inserted that quarter, or quarters,
Yeah.
what's the first thing you see? A symbol come up. Don't do drugs or something like that.
Yes.